All right, so I've done some further reading of the instructions. So let's see how this thing works. So a couple things, new things I learned. The filters are stored under here, and the lid pretty easily slides off. So you can see the filters in there. And then this is the water storage tank for where the water goes after it has been filtered. And you need to make sure that that is clipped in all the way. Otherwise you could have leakage. And then there are two ways to go about getting water into the machine to be filtered. You can fill up this reservoir, or that's what these tanks were for. If you want to use an external source, you can use these tubes. One is will suck the water in, and one is for draining. I am not going to demonstrate that today. If the reservoir works well, I'm sure that this method would work well also, but I don't see a reason why you couldn't just use the reservoir in most cases. So I guess if you wanted access to more water than what fits in here, that might do you well. All right, some other things. When not using the tubes, this has to connect to the filtration system in the back. So that's why this needs to slide out. And then slide this over here. We have to get this in here. Well, you can see it's not super intuitive. There we go. Okay. That does not feel like it's in there. All right. Now, there's also a latch under here that you have to squeeze in order to attach and detach things here. All right, so now that that's on, let's put some water in this. And I'm doing this in the bathtub in case things don't go well. All right, so I've got the reservoir slipped on here, get the lid back on. Okay, here's this piece. All right, and it just turned on. And it sounds like it's automatically starting to filter. You can see the display panel here. Okay, so everything is on, and filtering the water now. So I hear the water going into the filters, where the filters are. There we go, and water is filling up into the tank and the freshwater tank. One thing that this says is before using to clean it at least 4 times. So fill the pure water filter up at least 4 times before using it and drinking water from it. I did not fill up the water source tank all the way, just in case things didn't go well. So all right, so that seems like that process is done, and there's not a whole lot of water in the freshwater tank on purpose. And now this says that when I'm ready to put a cup under the spout, let's give it a try. And to push the fresh water tank, and there we go. We have water pouring out. I don't know. And that seems like it poured about 8 ounces of water. If I hit it again, does the rest come out? Yep. So that's pretty simple. And now the tank is empty. Let's see what it does with an empty tank. It makes a lot of noise. Again, I can hit the water button again and it stops. So that's good. Smells fine. Because I haven't cleaned it 4 times, I'm not going to taste it. But I know that my tap water is pretty good already. So I don't need to worry about it. And so that is my demo of the Purifighter, and it has an easy setup. It's actually not as big as I thought it would be, and it has handles on the side to pick it up and move it. Also, if you want to use this as a pitcher, you can pull it out, and it has a water spout, so you could carry this around and fill up glasses or use it in cooking or something like that to make it easier than having to use the water spout. To me, it seems like a good machine, easy to set up, doesn't take up a lot of space. I don't see any leaks, and that was a concern of some people. So let's see if there's some more water in that tank. My question is, I'm not quite sure how to tell it when to filter more water, because the source tank is not empty. Earlier I hit this button, but I don't want to do that. Let's see what it says. Oh, it says lift the source water tank when the change water light C is on. So that is on right now. So I guess you have to add more water before it will refilter and start the process over again. All right, well, I will probably use this to filter drinking water. So I will post a video update after I've used it for a while. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and check out my website, www.docsteels.com.